What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, want to talk about if Gotham Knights is turning things around. I guess what I mean by that is looking at the most recent stuff we've seen from the game on Robin. So we had the, minute and a half trailer, part of their, 4-part arc that they're doing, and I think people were overwhelmingly, at the very least, happy with it. I mean, I'm sure there were still people disappointed with it, and look, I've actually said this before, the Nightwing trailer that they showed, I think it was at Summer Game Fest maybe, I thought that was not very good at all. I didn't think that moved the needle whatsoever. I'm not a fan of the idea of re-showing the Knights being a 1-minute trailer where, like, the camera angle is in a slightly different position. I'm not a fan of any of that, all right? But with that being said, I'm here to give, props or respect where respect is owed. I think they did a good job with the Robin thing. And then, a few days later, they posted, like, a Twitter video, and it was like, oh my God, it was like 16 seconds of Robin doing, his kind of entrance into the field, into the battlefield, and battling and doing all these different abilities. And I guess, again, long opening to get to the point that Robin looks phenomenal. In my opinion, Robin looks really, really good. And so the question, and this is a question, the question is this game almost a tale of some characters just not being good and some characters being good, which would be a balancing issue. It would be a development problem. It would be their fault. Is it that, or is it that maybe in certain circumstances the game doesn't look all that great, but when we play it, the game does play well? Now, I've said this before, so let's get it out of the way early, because we'll just say it again. Guardians of the Galaxy, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, is the first game that comes up. I'm sure there's others, but it's the first game that comes up in recent memory where there was a huge separation, let's say, between what we saw leading into the game and then how the game actually was. Again, there's history to prove it. In my case, there are many videos of me saying, I'm iffy on this game. It doesn't look all that good. Specifically, the gameplay. The gameplay of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, I routinely said in every single video leading up to that game that it does not look good. It just looks bad. The opposite. It would look bad. And then I played it, and the gameplay is actually really good. It's underrated. Well, I don't know if necessarily underrated, but you don't know it's going to be like that, or just the way that it looks visually does not come across that way once you actually play it. When you get your hands on the controller, it's different. Now, that of course goes into the argument of like, well, Alex, you can't judge a game at all until the game comes out. That's a whole different discussion. I'm in the camp that you can judge a game before it comes out. You can't judge it fully, but you can judge elements of it, and you can talk about things that you're excited for and worried for. Of course, you can't judge it fully, but I don't agree with the argument that you literally can't judge it whatsoever. You're not allowed to speak of the game until the game is in your hands. I don't agree with that. But Guardians is a recent example of that. So the question is Gotham Knights literally the exact same thing? Does some of it look bad because of circumstance? Does Nightwing look bad? I guess we should go through that. In my opinion, Nightwing does not look very good at all. In fact, the Nightwing specific things make me not want to play as him. He somersaults way too much. He's way too, agile would be the word. It's just too much for me. I really don't like it. Now, and we got him in the gameplay for him and Red Hood. We got him in the trailer. Just not a fan. So again, the question is, well, is it just not my style? Is the person playing it? Now, like, the person playing Red Hood in that presentation was awful, right? They had no idea what they were doing. So is Red Hood actually a really fun character to play, and it was just because that the person sucked that was playing? Is that why? Is that why it came off that way? And that was an argument we said, when they showed us that a couple months ago. We did say that. I think that it's more bolstered now because of the Robin. I would say Robin's stuff that I just said actually helps that argument. Because it's like, well, to be honest with you, even when we watched Batgirl and Robin back in the day at DC Fandom 2020, it didn't look like incredible, but at the same time, like, we saw Robin's specific gameplay for not very long. There was a very short amount of time that Robin was actually on the screen, and, granted, we didn't see him much at all in these trailers. You could make the reverse argument. Well, Alex, it's like a 1-minute trailer. It selects things. Maybe he also sucks, and, the trailer just makes him look good. Definitely possible. Definitely possible. I feel like it's the opposite, only because he didn't look incredible, and then the trailer kind of just took a different approach to things. It'll be interesting. Like, to me, is very interesting. I will be flat out honest. Okay, so, like, my answer to this question. My answer is, I am starting to think more and more that this game could be specific. Like, okay, from a gameplay perspective, not story, not literally anything else. Specifically gameplay. I think this game is kind of on the rise, okay? I think this game maybe was almost sold to us wrong, or, like not shown. It wasn't shown correctly. It's very subjective in the way, right? Where maybe some characters are not going to be for you, but they're going to be for other people. Maybe the person playing it at that given day that they captured the gameplay to show us wasn't very good, right? That's where I'm leaning right now. Only for gameplay, okay? The story, the idea of Batman being dead, like all that stuff is completely separate. For gameplay, I feel like this could be like a Guardians of the Galaxy situation where there's enough here right now. And by the way, Batgirl always was good. So like I liked Batgirl's gameplay back in 2020. So when we see her again, I hope it's the same, honestly, I guess, right? I hope it's the exact same thing because she was the best one. So that's the reason why I wanted to main her. Now I kind of want to main Robin, if we're being honest. And again, that's the trailer's purpose. Like, that's what the trailers should be trying to get us to do, is to play not just play the game, I guess, but play as that character. Now, I think the Nightwing and Red Hood thing did the opposite. It was like, oh, well, this actually kind of looks embarrassing, and I don't want to play as these characters. And again, that's what it did to me. I don't want to play as these characters. Of course I will, but I'm not going to main them, and they're not going to be like my first playthrough choice. But that's just something I thought of. So let me know what you guys think. I think it's definitely interesting. I know it can go both ways, right? Some people are completely off the Gotham Knights wagon, and that's totally, totally okay. But I know that this is a kind of a split topic thing. So let me know what you think. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on. If you want to follow or support me anywhere else, all my social media is in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.